Welcome to Radiant Wisdom, a place for calm reflections, soulful stories, and meaningful lessons. Here, we believe that amidst the noise of everyday life, there's a quiet, sacred space where true clarity can emerge. If you're seeking more than just inspiration, if you're looking for thoughtful moments of growth and peace, you're in the right place. Before we dive into today's story, I want to take a moment to connect. Think about the word success. How does it make you feel? Does it excite you? Does it pressure you? Or maybe it leaves you feeling a bit uncertain about your own journey. For many, the idea of success is like chasing the horizon. No matter how far you travel, it always seems just out of reach. But what if the definition of success wasn't so rigid? What if it wasn't about money, status, or applause, but about something deeper, something that brings lasting fulfillment? Today, we're going to challenge what it means to succeed. We'll reflect on the modern obsession with accomplishments and uncover how chasing external validation can lead us away from the things that truly matter. But more importantly, we'll explore a more meaningful path, one that leads to peace, purpose, and connection. In a world that often measures worth by productivity and appearance, it's easy to forget that success is more than ticking off milestones. It's about how you live your life each day, how you show up for yourself and for those you love. It's in the small but profound ways you create beauty, warmth, and resilience in a chaotic world. So, as you listen today, I invite you to breathe deeply and let go of any stress you've carried into this moment. Picture yourself pausing at the edge of a calm lake at sunrise. The air is fresh, the water still. You're here, not chasing, not racing, just present. This is your invitation to slow down, to reflect, and maybe even redefine your idea of success altogether. And as always, if this message resonates with you, consider liking, sharing, or leaving a comment. Your support helps keep this space alive and allows us to continue sharing stories that enrich our hearts and minds. So now, let's step into today's story, a reflection on the kind of success that nourishes the soul. The kind that remains steady even when life feels uncertain. Let's begin. What is success really about? When you hear the word success, what's the first image that comes to mind? Is it the corner office in a skyscraper, an impressive job title, or maybe a photo of someone smiling on social media with a caption about their latest achievement? For most of us, success has been packaged and sold as something we can measure, our bank accounts, awards, or the praise we receive. And yet, how often have we seen people who appear successful on the outside but seem burdened or unfulfilled inside? So, what is success really about? Is it about earning recognition from others or finding peace within ourselves? The truth is, success means something different to everyone. To one person, success might be the applause of an audience. To another, it could be something quieter, a sense of purpose after helping someone in need, or the contentment of waking up and feeling at peace with where life has taken them. But there's a catch. Many of us don't slow down long enough to question whether our version of success is truly ours. We inherit ideas from society, our families, and even pop culture about what it means to make it. We're told that more money, more achievements, and more approval will somehow complete the puzzle of our happiness. Yet, how many people reach the top of their goals only to feel emptier than before? Let's think of this in terms of a simple but powerful metaphor. Picture a person climbing a mountain, determined to reach the summit. They push through exhaustion, cold winds, and uncertainty, but when they finally reach the top, the view is not what they expected. It's foggy, gray, and lonely. They realize they didn't enjoy the climb, they didn't appreciate the moments along the way, and they never stopped to ask, why am I climbing this mountain in the first place? This is what happens when we chase success without first defining what truly matters to us. Success without purpose can feel hollow. It's like winning a race without knowing why you started running. We're also led to believe that success is all or nothing, that if we're not the best, we've failed. But life isn't a competition with others. It's about showing up for our unique path and living with integrity. A single mother raising her children with love and resilience is as successful as a CEO leading a company with vision and compassion. A teacher who inspires their students to believe in themselves may never make headlines, but their success is immeasurable. In the end, the question isn't whether you're successful in the eyes of the world, it's whether you're successful in the story of your own life. When you align your actions with your values and focus on building a life that feels meaningful, you'll discover that true success isn't fleeting or fragile. It's steady, resilient, and deeply personal. So, what is success really about? It's about finding out what makes your heart feel full and your soul at peace, and choosing to pursue that, even if the world doesn't clap for you. Because at the end of the day, success isn't about impressing anyone else. It's about living a life that you find meaningful. Chasing success but losing self. We live in a world that glorifies the chase. There's always another milestone to reach, another achievement to unlock, and another goal to check off the list. We scroll through images of people flaunting their wins, awards, and adventures, and it's easy to feel like we're falling behind. The fear of missing out can push us to chase after success at all costs. But here's the question we rarely ask ourselves: what is the cost of that pursuit? For many, the cost is their authentic self. In the quest to appear accomplished or worthy, they lose touch with their inner peace, values, and even their relationships. Consider someone who has spent years working endless hours to earn a promotion, sacrificing weekends, friendships, and precious moments with family along the way. When they finally get that corner office, they may look around and realize they're alone, that the people who mattered most are no longer there to share the victory. It's a story we see far too often. Success that comes at the expense of your health, happiness, and human connections isn't really success, it's self-abandonment disguised as achievement. Many of us forget that the most valuable thing we can offer the world is our whole, authentic selves, not the version of us that's polished for approval or stretched thin to meet unrealistic expectations. The more we chase after external validation, the more we drift away from what's meaningful. Think of the artist who stops creating from the heart because they're consumed with chasing popularity. Or the entrepreneur who begins their journey full of passion but slowly loses their original vision, consumed by the need to outdo the competition. This pattern doesn't just affect careers, it seeps into relationships too. Sometimes we pour so much energy into winning someone's love or admiration that we become unrecognizable to ourselves. We shape-shift into someone we think they'll admire, forgetting that love and connection should come from authenticity, not performance. But perhaps the most dangerous cost of chasing success without reflection is emotional burnout. The constant drive to do more, be more, and have more can erode our sense of purpose. We become exhausted, disillusioned, and unable to celebrate even our biggest wins. Instead of feeling fulfilled, we feel empty, a reminder that the pursuit of external success can't fill internal void. Take a moment to reflect. Is the version of success you're chasing aligned with who you really are? Or have you adapted to someone else's definition of what matters? The truth is, when you lose yourself in the chase, no achievement will feel like enough. The applause will fade, the trophies will collect dust, and the spotlight will shift. But if you stay grounded in who you are, if you stay connected to what makes your life meaningful, you'll find that you don't need the world's validation. You'll live in a way that honors your true essence, and that kind of success is unshakable. So ask yourself not just what you're chasing, but why. And remember, the greatest accomplishment isn't winning the race, it's knowing you're running in the right direction. The cost of modern pursuits. In today's fast-paced world, ambition is often worn as a badge of honor. We celebrate those who hustle non-stop, glorify the grind, and applaud sleepless nights spent chasing goals. But beneath the polished social media posts and inspirational quotes lies a more complex truth. Success in modern society often comes at a steep price. The question is, are we paying more than we should? For many, the cost of pursuing success in the modern world isn't just time or energy, it's their physical health. We've become accustomed to thinking that exhaustion is a sign of dedication and that burnout is simply part of the process. Yet the human body wasn't designed to operate at full speed indefinitely. The relentless pursuit of achievement has led to an epidemic of stress illnesses, from anxiety and depression to chronic fatigue and heart conditions. How often do we hear someone say, "I'll rest when I'm successful"? But if success costs you your well-being, is it really worth the price? Another hidden cost is relationships. The long hours spent at the office, the constant checking of emails during family dinners, the missed birthdays and anniversaries. It all adds up. In the pursuit of financial security or career advancement, we often sacrifice the very connections that make life rich and meaningful. Relationships require time, attention, and presence. No one at the end of their life ever says, "I wish I had spent more time in meetings." Instead, they regret the missed conversations, the laughter they didn't share, and the memories they never made because they were too busy chasing a dream. And what about mental peace? In our hyper-connected world, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparison. Social media feeds are filled with curated snapshots of other people's achievements, making it feel like success is a constant competition. We begin to measure our worth against someone else's highlight reel, forgetting that behind every photo is a reality we can't see. This comparison culture feeds insecurity, making us believe that if we're not always achieving, we're falling behind. Perhaps the greatest cost, however, is the loss of purpose. Many people spend years climbing the ladder of success, only to realize too late that the ladder was leaning against the wrong wall. When we pursue goals that don't align with our values or passions, we may achieve success by society's standards but feel unfulfilled and lost. The tragedy is not that we fail to reach our goals, but that we reach them and realize they weren't truly ours. Modern pursuits often come with a narrative. You can have it all if you work hard enough, but what if having it all isn't the point? What if true success is found not in accumulating more, but in appreciating enough? The cost of modern pursuits is high, but it doesn't have to be inevitable. When we slow down and reflect, we give ourselves the chance to redefine what success means. We can choose a path that honors not just our ambitions, but our health, relationships, and peace of mind. After all, the real measure of success isn't how far you go, it's how well you live along the way. The fragility of external success. External success often shines brightly, but like glass, it can shatter with surprising ease. Titles, wealth, fame, these things can create the illusion of stability and security. But how stable are they really? We've all seen the stories of someone at the top of their game who loses everything overnight. Whether it's a business empire crumbling, a public figure caught in a scandal, or a sudden health crisis that strips away their ability to perform. These stories remind us that external success, no matter how impressive, rests on fragile foundations. Consider wealth, for example. No matter how much money you accumulate, the market can change in an instant, wiping away fortunes. Financial success may buy convenience and comfort, but it can't buy the kind of inner peace that isn't shaken by external events. Many people who have it all financially still live in fear of losing their status, their possessions, or their reputation. They build bigger walls, hire more advisors, and chase even greater success to guard against loss. But this only amplifies their anxiety rather than easing it. The same fragility applies to fame and recognition. Fame can be a fickle companion, granting applause today and silence tomorrow. The world's attention is fleeting. One viral success can be quickly replaced by the next trending story. Those who tie their sense of self-worth to the approval of others often find themselves trapped in a cycle of performance, constantly striving to stay relevant and praised. But when the spotlight fades, they may feel invisible, unmoored from the identity they built through external validation. Even career achievements, often seen as the ultimate marker of success, are vulnerable. A promotion can be taken away, companies can downsize, and industries can shift. When people define themselves solely by their careers, losing a job can feel like losing their identity. The question becomes, who am I if I'm not my job title? But perhaps the most fragile aspect of external success is how easily it can blind us to our internal needs. Many people devote themselves to their ambitions, believing that reaching a certain goal will finally bring them peace or happiness. But once they arrive, they realize that success doesn't fix the deeper, unmet needs of their soul. If they've neglected their emotional well-being, relationships, and sense of purpose, no achievement can fill that void. External success can also create an illusion of invulnerability. When things are going well, it's easy to believe that we're untouchable, that we're immune to life's uncertainties. But life, by its very nature, is unpredictable. No amount of money, influence, or power can fully protect us from loss, failure, or heartbreak. What defines us in those moments isn't how much we've accumulated, but how much strength, grace, and resilience we've cultivated within. In the end, true security doesn't come from what you've achieved, it comes from who you've become. External success may be fragile, but inner strength is enduring. The person who has cultivated patience, compassion, and gratitude can weather life's storms without being shattered. They know that while achievements may come and go, their sense of self and their values remain unbreakable. So, when we measure success, it's worth asking, is my success built on something solid or something fragile? Because the world can take away your titles and possessions, but it can never take away the contentment that comes from living with purpose and authenticity. And that is a success that lasts. Success that nourishes the soul. Not all success shines under the spotlight. Some forms of success live quietly in the background, shaping our lives in ways the world may never see or applaud. True success isn't found in trophies or accolades. It's found in moments of meaning, in the quiet victories that nourish the soul. This kind of success doesn't demand attention or validation because it grows from within. It's resilient, steady, and deeply personal. What does soul-nourishing success look like? It's the kind of life where you wake up without dreading the day ahead. It's finding joy in small things, a morning walk where the air feels fresh, a meaningful conversation with a friend, or the warmth of laughter with loved ones. This kind of success isn't about doing everything perfectly or winning at every turn. Instead, it's about showing up with integrity, kindness, and intention, even when life gets hard. One of the most profound forms of success is the ability to be present in your own life. In a world that moves faster every day, being fully present is rare and precious. It's choosing to put your phone down during dinner to savor the meal and the company. It's the patience to listen, not just to respond, but to understand. When you can be present, you realize that life isn't about chasing the next big thing. It's about appreciating the beauty of the moment you're in right now. Another form of soul-nourishing success is resilience, the ability to remain grounded even when life doesn't go as planned. Resilience doesn't mean you never feel pain, disappointment, or fear. It means you've built the inner strength to get back up, to keep moving forward without losing sight of your values. Resilient people know that life is unpredictable, but they trust their ability to adapt without sacrificing their sense of self. Kindness, too, is a quiet success that nourishes the soul. In a world that often prioritizes self-interest, choosing to be kind is an act of courage. It's taking time to comfort someone who's struggling, offering encouragement when someone feels defeated, or simply treating others with respect and patience. These acts may seem small, but they're the foundation of a meaningful life. When we choose kindness, we not only uplift others, but strengthen our own sense of purpose and humanity. Soul-nourishing success is also found in relationships, the bonds we nurture with the people we care about. It's not about the number of friends or followers you have, but about the depth of the connections you build. Are you someone who shows up for your loved ones in their time of need? Do you make time for meaningful conversations and shared memories? Relationships built on trust, respect, and love are one of the greatest forms of success we can achieve. Finally, success that nourishes the soul is about self-compassion. It's understanding that you are worthy, not because of your productivity or achievements, but simply because you exist. It's giving yourself permission to rest, to make mistakes, and to heal. When you practice self-compassion, you create an inner space where growth and peace can flourish. At its core, soul-nourishing success isn't about winning or achieving, it's about becoming. It's about becoming someone who values the quiet moments as much as the grand ones, who chooses empathy over ego, and who prioritizes purpose over applause. This kind of success doesn't fade with time, it deepens. It creates a life that feels whole, even in its imperfections. So ask yourself, what kind of success am I striving for? Is it the kind that leaves you feeling empty, or the kind that fills your life with meaning and peace? Because the real measure of success isn't found in the approval of others, it's found in how deeply you nourish your soul. Redefining our life's purpose. At some point in our lives, most of us pause and wonder, am I living the life I was meant to live? It's a powerful question, one that can feel unsettling but also freeing. In a world that often tells us what we should be doing, it's easy to fall into a pattern of living out someone else's definition of success. But true fulfillment begins when we take a step back, reflect, and redefine our life's purpose according to what truly matters to us. We're often taught that purpose is tied to grand achievements, building a thriving career, accumulating wealth, or being recognized for our talents. While these goals can bring moments of pride, they're not always the foundation of a meaningful life. Purpose isn't about chasing external markers of success. It's about discovering what brings us peace, joy, and connection. It's about asking ourselves, what kind of life do I want to live when no one else is watching? For some, redefining purpose means shifting from doing to being. Instead of constantly striving for the next big win, it's about appreciating the present and cultivating a sense of calm amidst the chaos. It's realizing that our worth isn't determined by how busy or productive we are. The moments when we slow down, breathe deeply, and embrace simplicity can be just as purposeful as the moments when we achieve something significant. Redefining purpose can also mean finding meaning in service to others. Many people discover their deepest sense of purpose when they contribute to something greater than themselves. Whether it's mentoring someone, volunteering, or simply being there for a friend in need. Purpose doesn't have to be loud or world-changing. Sometimes it's found in quiet acts of love and kindness. But to redefine our purpose, we must be willing to let go of fear of failure, fear of judgment, and fear of not measuring up to society's expectations. Many of us delay pursuing our true passions because we're afraid we'll fall short or be seen as unsuccessful. But the truth is, the bravest thing we can do is to follow what feels right in our hearts, even if the world doesn't understand it. Redefining purpose also means embracing change. Our purpose isn't a static destination. It evolves as we grow, learn, and experience life. What once gave us meaning may no longer resonate, and that's okay. The important thing is to remain open and adaptable, to listen to our inner voice as it shifts, and to trust that every chapter of our lives has something valuable to teach us. Finally, redefining our life's purpose means making room for joy. Not the fleeting kind tied to achievements, but the deep, lasting kind that comes from living authentically. Joy is found in meaningful relationships, in work that aligns with our values, and in moments of gratitude for life's simple blessings. When we center our lives around what brings us joy and fulfillment, we create a life that feels purposeful, even if it doesn't fit traditional definitions of success. At the heart of it, purpose is not about what you achieve, it's about who you become. It's about living a life that reflects your truest self and your deepest values. When you redefine your purpose in a way that feels honest and personal, you'll find that success is no longer something you chase, it's something you live. So ask yourself, is the life I'm living aligned with my values, my dreams, and my heart? If the answer is no, take comfort in knowing that it's never too late to course correct. The path to purpose is always within reach, and every step you take toward living authentically is, in itself, a profound success. As we bring this reflection to a close, let's take a moment to pause and breathe. In a world that moves at lightning speed, it's easy to get caught in the chase, chasing dreams, recognition, and the elusive feeling of enough. But the truth is, success is not a finish line. It's not something you find after accumulating achievements or proving your worth to the world. Success is a reflection of how aligned your daily life is with your inner values, your peace of mind, and the relationships you nurture along the way. We've explored how fragile external success can be, how easily it can crumble when we tie our identity to titles, possessions, or applause. We've seen how the relentless pursuit of more can lead us away from our true selves, creating lives that look impressive on the surface but feel hollow underneath. But we've also uncovered a different kind of success, the kind that nourishes the soul. It's found in presence, resilience, kindness, and purpose. True success isn't about how much you've accumulated or how many accolades you've earned. It's about whether you've built a life that feels meaningful, one where you can sit in stillness and feel content with who you are. It's about being able to look at your reflection, not with judgment or regret, but with compassion and quiet pride. It's knowing that your life, however ordinary or extraordinary it may seem to others, feels rich in the ways that matter to you. We often ask ourselves, am I doing enough? Am I achieving enough? But perhaps the better question is, am I living in a way that honors my values and brings me peace? Imagine redefining success not by society's standards, but by your own, where success means having the courage to live authentically, the wisdom to slow down when needed, and the humility to admit when something isn't working. As you reflect on your journey, remember that life is not a race or a competition. The milestones that truly matter aren't always visible to others. Sometimes, success is simply having the courage to let go of what no longer serves you. Sometimes it's having the strength to keep going when things get tough, or the grace to rest and trust that you're still moving forward in your own way. If you take away one thing from this, let it be this: your life's worth isn't defined by anyone else's checklist. Success isn't something you have to prove, it's something you live, one thoughtful choice at a time. Whether it's finding time for a meaningful conversation, supporting someone who needs you, or simply enjoying a quiet moment of gratitude, these are all forms of success worth celebrating. So, as you step back into the world after listening to this, I invite you to pause and ask yourself, what kind of life do I want to build? What kind of success do I want to pursue? Whatever your answer, remember this: success that brings true fulfillment isn't found in applause or accolades. It's found in the everyday moments where you show up as your truest self. Thank you for being here today, for reflecting and growing alongside this journey. If this message has touched your heart, please take a moment to share your thoughts in the comments, like the video, and subscribe to stay connected to more stories that inspire. Until next time, may you find success in every moment of presence, peace, and purpose.